Welcome everyone. Today I have a Path of Exile 2 upcoming content and also patch days prediction video. In this video, you can see I'm taking a few of the screenshots from the previous interviews and also conference coming from the Path of Exile 1 developers GGG. And you can see some of the patterns of releasing patches every 13 weeks and also when they talk about certain things and also what is going to be the predicted timeline for Path of Exile 2. We can see the release of the game, the first patch change after 6 weeks, and the predictions of the major patch 0.2 that may be coming with a league reset and also new content added. We also have tons of previous information from the original content creators, the leagues, and also the developers about related information, together with the latest question and also answers that is over 2 hours, and also a lot more information that is related to the game. So yes, I have done a lot of research. You can see there's also 2 new classes that is expected to be released very soon. Because Path of Exile 2 with Druid, Path of Exile 2 with Huntress is already available in the game 1 year ago, or even 2 years ago. So we'll briefly talk about what are going to be those new league predictions, including new classes like the Druid, shifting into a bear, and also the Huntress, which is going to be an alternative warrior. A lot of things we can talk about what can be coming in the future of the game. And some of those mechanics and also new content was already teased in the latest developers interview on Twitch. So we'll be looking into those as well on the second part of the video. So coming over to our notes. Now, a lot of you have been asking me this question and I have been asking myself, when is going to be the major content update and also the big patch change that have the league reset, have the new economy reset, and also new patch balance and everything new for us. And because we have been in Path of Exile 2 for about 8 weeks now into the early access, it is a good time we're looking into this. So over here we have some interesting screenshot, and this was actually shared to me by some of my friends coming from Path of Exile 1 who are veterans who actually know about this. So there's a lot of videos, and do keep in mind guys, we are predicting this because we're a little ahead of the time. We're expecting to see the major nodes and also patch update for Path of Exile 2 in about 1 to 2 weeks time. But here we can have some speculations and predictions. So bringing us over to this video from Gavin over here, and it's about the story of grinding gear games, which here talk about the stages of how the GGG of the Path of Exile 1 developers become successful. It is a great video, definitely have a look, and the video has gotten quite popular since the release of Path of Exile 2. So one of the highlights for this video is going to be this part. I'll have the timestamp for you guys to have a look. You can see the developers were talking about previously the Path of Exile 1 developers had randomized update that is just not synchronized, that is not predictable for the players. And this was not great because they have economy resets, they have different patch updates, it is not predictable. So then what they started to do with Path of Exile 1 to make it successful is that they start to do rotational cycles with small and also big update every 13 weeks. And it is highly likely will follow a similar success formula for Path of Exile 2, because this has been very good for the players, and players can start rotating live and also the Christmas, the holidays. Some players even plan a long weekend this way according to those plans coming from Path of Exile 1. So over here, this will lay the first foundations to help us to predict Path of Exile 2 timings and also the release dates of the major patch that include the league reset. Again guys, everything that is related to Path of Exile 2 will be available in the links below should you want to have a look. I try to stick as close to official information or major information as I can for Path of Exile 2. So what we can expect from the first part is that Path of Exile 2 is likely going to follow this particular pattern with Path of Exile 1. We'll be expecting smaller update and also big content update. But because it is in early access and the developer has mentioned that all the resource and also all the development team is focused on Path of Exile 2 at the moment, and they're shifting people from Path of Exile 1, it is likely we're expecting the major content for Path of Exile 2 coming sooner than expected. So coming over to the Path of Exile 2 current timeline. So POE 2 release was on the 6th of December 2024. And after this, we had one of those, I guess, major or sizable small patch changes for Path of Exile 2. So here we're trying to follow a similar pattern, right? Small, big, small, big. And here POE 2 0.11 was released around January 17th, 2025. And this is exactly 6 weeks after the release of patch 0.10. And this is also released on Friday. Usually developers will release the patch on the Friday or close to the weekend so players can have the free time to enjoy the latest patch. And this is one of the first patterns you want to notice. Usually games release on the Friday or on the Saturday for most people across the world, so you can play the game on the weekend. So that was 6 weeks in. And where are we now? So currently we're about 8 weeks into the early access. So if we follow the pattern of 13 weeks for a small or sizable update, we're about 8 weeks in of the 13 weeks after the 6th of December. So this is the first part we want to use as predictions. We're now 8 weeks into the launch of early access, and we're expecting to have 5 more weeks of the early access before a major reset. Now again guys, I do want to refer back, this is my personal predictions, but this does have some logic in this, so let me try to explain. What will come with a major patch update, which on the second part, as we go through the developers' interviews, they will actually explain, and this was actually talked about in the question and answers. So this is when the builds gets balanced, when there's new content to be added, they will be including a league reset and economy reset. So how does this work is that if you guys remember from previously, Path of Exile 2 early access is expected to be around 6 months. And after 3 months into the game, likely we're expecting a new league or a league reset with major balances, patches, and also additional content added. And this also leaves us with 3 months of the new league to go, and then this takes us into the official launch of the game after 6 months of estimated time. Now this is the ideal time at the moment. It is possible there may be changes with the development team. They may be releasing content even earlier, which we'll talk about why, or they may be having small delays, maybe 6 to 7 months for the release of early access. We're not sure. At the moment, most people believe Path of Exile 2 will be coming around May to June 2025, and those are the timings. So to summarize the first part, we're predicting or using the information coming from Path of Exile 1, we're predicting that Path of Exile 2 is likely going to have a major update around the first week of March, which will give us 3 more months to play early access, and then after that, we're looking to the official launch of the game. Now over here, I do want to bring us over to this particular update. So if you guys remember, there was a recent news, a message to POE 1 players. It is a little sad. A lot of my friends plays Path of Exile 1 as well, and they are very sad that the development team are delaying the schedule and also new content for Path of Exile 1. So if you haven't seen that video, yes, the gaming director Jonathan was apologizing for lack of, I guess, preparation because they were working on 2 games and likely POE 1 is going to be delayed with major update. So how does this affect POE 2? Because this means that the entire team, not only from POE 1 and also POE 2, are working on POE 2. So this means even though we might expect a potential delay of the first 13-week schedule for POE 1 with a major update, knowing that the entire team is all focused on POE 2, it is highly likely they will be pushing out content as quickly as they can. And then the rest of the development team can go back for new content for POE 1. So a small typo over here. So basically this video also confirms my prediction. This shows that the development team is fully focused on POE 2 at the moment. So this gives us more hope that the patch will be coming around the first week of March. And this means we're on the schedule for 3 months of the first early access and then 3 more months for the new league of the league reset and also economy reset. Now during this time, you might be wondering, hey Matt, what about the previous mention of a small patch, a big patch, a small patch, and a big patch? So why do you think there will be a major patch? Well, this is because patch 0.11 actually added a lot of good changes, quality of life, bug fix, even adjusted some unique items, and also a lot of things were changed. So this is likely going to be the small patch that happened in the 6 weeks. So we're expecting the next patch to be around the first week of March. So what can we expect from POE 2 with patch 0.20? Well, here's some interesting predictions, and do bear with me. Don't get overly excited because they might not release everything on this patch, but I'm expecting to be some sort of nice content on this patch. And of course, why do I think there will be some sort of nice content? If we come over to this particular quote coming from this video, let me show you guys this video. I even timestamped it because this is actually pretty cool to hear from them. So let's have a look at
The
this
rest of
one.
the game is like 80% there. We'll be adding content to roughly double the size of the game during early access and into release. Now, in order to make the endgame happen at the same character level as what it would be.
So I have the timestamp ready for you guys. So everything is quoted from the official videos and everything related to the game. The development team has promised to double the content by the end of release. So this is why I'm listing a lot of potential content that will be coming during this particular patch. So the first thing that might be coming in the first patch is likely new classes. We currently only have 6 out of the 12 classes, and classes like the Druid and also classes like the Huntress were already teased in 2013, 2014, and this is coming from the videos from IGN. You can see both videos from IGN have a lot of views, and there's minutes of the gameplay for those classes. Should you guys want to prepare for those classes and also understand a little bit, I'll have the links ready for you guys to look into those new classes. So yes, the first potential update that's coming to us is likely new classes. I'm not sure if they will be expanding the ascendancy from 2 to 3, but highly likely we'll get at least 2 new classes, especially the Druid and also Huntress, and this will add to a variety of different gameplays and also different characters players can enjoy. Now, after the new classes, we'll be considering would there be availability to swap different ascensions? This is always the questions coming from the players, because if I play the Witch class, I want to play both Blood Mage and also Infernalist without leveling up another Witch character. And finally, will there be third ascension? My prediction is highly likely we'll be getting new classes, but the third ascension will come at the launch of the game, and this is to be expected. So this way, at the launch of the game, players will come back to the same class they played before, but try a different ascension and also try different builds. Now, as we keep going with the new league and also potential new content to be added to the game, the developers in this particular interview, which is a massive long interview, and if you guys have a look over here, it is a 2-hour plus interview. We do have a video to summarize the interview if you want to have a look, and we also have tons of notes related to the interview as I was taking notes. The developer has said that they will try to release new content ASAP, and this new content will involve having new acts of the story. So at the moment, we're not sure if we're just getting Act 4 or we're getting Act 5 together. And the developers has been talking about releasing new league mechanics, better player progression. So instead of having to clear a bunch of maps for the Atlas points, players will be more guided towards killing bosses and also helping new players to gain power in the early stage and also later stage of the game. In these questions and also answers, the developers also talk about getting us the map tab ASAP. We did not get the map tab on the latest update, but we're expecting this soon. Developers has also talked about getting minions for the Spectres. This is when you can revive dead enemies and use them as summons. This can be great for any class. There will be auras from the monsters that can work for mages, for warriors, for deadeyes. Any class can benefit from this, but especially the summoning class especially. There will be a lot of class balancing, build balancing, and also item balancing, together with bug fix and also crashes, and also fixing crashes and also quality of life. So those are some of the things you can be expecting coming from the latest content that is likely going to be released in a few weeks' time. We're about 8 weeks in, and we're expecting to see a lot of notes regards to this in about 1 to 3 weeks' time. And of course, guys, you can see the screenshot coming from the previous videos. The developers has been releasing the content with Act 1 to 3, and we expect Act 1 to 3 or Act 4 to 6 to be released at the release of the game. So highly likely we'll be getting Act 4. We're not sure if we're getting Act 5, and we'll be looking for more in-game content. So as a personal prediction, I think if we do have a major patch update, this will be released about 2 weeks before the change of the server reset, before the release of the patch, or maybe even 1 week if they really short on time. So here I'm expecting to hear from the developers in about 1 to 3 weeks time, and I'll be refreshing the news and so checking update for you guys daily to see if there is any major official news for those latest changes. And let us know in the comments, guys, what do you think? Do you think this will be released soon? And what do you think about those predictions? At the same time, I'm also aware that a lot of players are asking for a lot of other content and also changes towards the game related to Path of Exile 2. So some of the more mentionable ones is going to make the game more console friendly, having in-game auction house to avoid scammers, having two-factor variation for better safety, having better crafting system and also less ING, and also more options to be crafting for different items, and also making the game more accessible to players that is 99% of the population. Not all the players have 200 or 1000 divines, and we want less disparity between the top 0.1% of the players and also the rest of us. And finally, there's a lot more things to be discussed and also to be updated coming from this question and also answers. You can see all the summarized notes of what the developers has been saying and what items and things may be getting buffed in the future. There's also a video to talk about this should you guys want to go deeper of the potential changes that will be coming to POE 2. So hopefully this video give you guys more information of what to expect and also what are the date predictions for Path of Exile 2. I had friends who taken holidays and also planned the next long leaves for the release of the game and then for the new league. And a lot of my friends do take the long weekend and also the potential sick leaves for Path of Exile 2. So in case you guys want to be prepared and also you guys want to be ready, I will be checking the news, and also once we have official information, we will be looking into preparing for patch 0.2 for Path of Exile 2. Very excited for this, and let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think about those dates and also predictions, and how will you be playing for the new league reset now that we know a lot more about the game. Now hopefully you guys found today's video helpful. Again, a big thank you to everyone on YouTube, especially our supporters and also those of you guys who's been supporting me on Patreon as well. And we do have a new feature on the Mattjestic YouTube channel. If you click onto this, you can become a member. Yes, I've added this just recently, and this will allow you to have early access to videos that is posted a few hours or even half a day earlier if you want to watch those videos a little early. But yes, this will cost money. So please be aware the membership will cost money. And if you do want to watch videos normally, those videos will still be available after 6 to 12 hours, normally on the time we post those videos. And I'll be aiming to post at least one Path of Exile video a day, and this will be including guides, tips, news update, and also the latest tricks that is discovered on both the English and also Chinese community to keep you guys updated. And if you like those videos, make sure you leave a nice comment and also leave a like for those videos. Now before we finish, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so, because I'll be looking into the latest Path of Exile 2 news on different communities and also on the official forum, official webpage. I'll also be looking into the best build for each of the class as the meta develops with the Chinese and also the English community. So stay tuned for the latest update and also guides for Path of Exile 2. And of course, this is going to be a big month for us. And I'll try to bring you guys all of the latest content and also guides for Path of Exile 2 to come.